Hey Disney Cruisers, and welcome back to the DCL community where we are here to help you plan, prepare for, and get excited about all those Disney cruises. And happy official 25 years to Disney Cruise Line today. Such an exciting birthday. You guys know me. I'm Rebecca. I'm your host and admin of the DCL community. And tonight we're so excited to be talking to you guys about something that Disney does. Well, one of the things that Disney does really, really well, which are these theme cruises. And we're so excited to be talking that through with Hunter. Hunter, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi guys. So my name is Hunter. I am a concierge travel agent with Jayco Travel. I've been a travel agent for over 8 years now, and my favorite vacations to go on are Disney cruises. I've been on 24 and counting. We have several more booked. I've been on all five of Disney's incredible ships. Disney Cruise Line is my passion, and I have a wealth of knowledge and firsthand experience with Disney cruises. I love everything from the crew, the unlimited ice cream, of course, the Broadway shows, the island, the character interactions, and so much more. For me and my family, it's just like the perfect mix of Disney, beach, and relaxation. You still get that service, but you're not walking 20,000 steps a day.
Yes. Oh, I
So
love it.
I specialize in family travel mostly. I also do a lot of Disney Cruise Line weddings, allergies, especially. I've firsthand experience with nut allergies and celiac disease for gluten allergy with my husband and my son, and then also accessibility as my husband is an amputee, and we do utilize those accessible staterooms.
Yeah, so Hunter can really do it all. If you guys have any questions or if you need any help planning your Disney cruise vacation, reach out to Hunter. Her planning
Yes.
services are totally free for you to use, whether you're planning just for your family or for an entire wedding of 20 staterooms. So utilize her and all of her services. That is the link to her page, and I'll make sure to put it in the comments as well. And if you guys have any questions as we're going through, this is going to be recorded if anybody does need to jump, but please put any questions that you have in the comments just so we can get to those. But yes, let us know about any questions as we're going through. But let's start off with, what theme cruises does Disney actually have available right now?
So right now, we're going into Halloween season. So September and October, we're going to have Halloween on the high seas sailings, and then this November and December, we're going to have Very Merrytime sailings. And then to kick off 2024, January through March, we have Pixar Day at Sea on the Disney Fantasy. These are 7 night sailings going to the Eastern and Western Caribbean. And you're going to see some of your Pixar favorites like Buzz and Woody, Monsters Inc. characters, Joy and Sadness, Toy Story characters, and so many more.
The best.
And then we also have Marvel Day at Sea, which is my favorite. And then again, this is January to March, and these are going to be out of Fort Lauderdale on the Disney Dream. You'll see your favorite Avengers: Spider-Man, Thor, Loki, Iron Man, Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Black Widow. So many good ones.
Oh, that's awesome. And I know people are already asking about the next batch of theme cruises and if these are going to be available in 2025. When do we know if these things are going to be returning? Does Disney typically change it up or do they do things consistently?
So we won't find out until late this year, like very end of this year or early next year for 2025, because these early 2025 cruises aren't even out. But there's a very good chance that it could get switched up. Last year we lost Star Wars Day at Sea. That was another really good one that we loved. When they opened Star Cruiser, they were trying to draw people to Star Cruiser at Walt Disney World. But now that they're closing Star Cruiser, I
Yeah.
don't know. Might be something to keep our eye on and see if the Star Wars Day at Sea pops back up, especially with another ship coming.
Yes,
So
that's such a good
2025
point.
might shake it up for these special Day at Sea, but Pixar Day at Sea was new last year
Mhm.
in 2022. So, or no, in
Yeah.
2020, this year in 2023. Um, so yeah, keep
Yeah.
your
Who
We
knows?
gotta
I
pay
was gonna
attention.
say, with the whole theming of the treasure, I feel like Star Wars could be a good fit with all the adventure tones to it. And guys, let us know in the comments which theme cruise you're most interested in, and if you would have liked to go on the Star Wars one, because I'm not a huge Star Wars person, but seeing some of those characters in real life would have been awesome.
We did the Star Wars in 2020 and it was a hit. We loved
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
I would like to see them extend these themed cruises further into like the spring break period and early summer. Because
yeah.
they are like early to mid January to early March. Like they don't cover any of the
Yeah.
April spring break.
I was gonna say, and it's hard being you're a mom of two. You get it, taking your kids out of school, and I mean, leaving work. It can be hard to do around that time of year. So that'd be something great to look out for Disney. And then I guess what's different about these theme cruises? And I know that's a kind of a big question with so many different ones, but maybe let's start with Halloween since that's coming up, and work our way through the different ones.
So Halloween and the Christmas cruises are what I want to call like mildly themed cruises, as far as it's not like over the top all one day.
Yeah.
So the Halloween cruise, you're gonna find like pumpkin stickers and webs on the portholes, those kind of decorations. There's a Halloween tree in the atrium, costume contest, some trick or treating. One of the deck parties, the characters are in their Halloween costumes.
Those are so cute.
They're adorable. And then there would be some Halloween themed trivia, such as music, like Halloween music trivia or just Halloween facts trivia. Maybe a few treats that are themed for Halloween and like the premium sweet shops,
Oh
which would
yeah.
be like Vanilla Peas or Sweet on You. And then that's really about it. But one thing to know, like, I don't know why this has always bugged me, but the window clings are always on the portholes, like every porthole.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So there's no portholes that are gonna be free from
Yeah, they're always on
jack-o'-lantern.
there.
Okay, good to know.
And then Christmas, we just did a Christmas one last year and it was so magical. It was so
Oh,
magical.
they really
You
do
see,
Christmas well on board.
they really do. The beautiful Christmas tree in the atrium, pictures with Santa and Mrs. Claus. We
Yeah.
had a morning where Mrs. Claus read a story to the children. 4 of the ships have the gingerbread house, and it smells so yummy in the
So
atrium.
good.
They served cookies and hot chocolate the morning of the Santa and Mrs. Claus like meet and greet.
So cool.
Yes, there was Christmas themed trivia. There was days where the characters were out in their Christmas gear. They had a winter wonderland like ball the first night where it was really just like some singing and the tree got lit up for the first time of the cruise. That was super cute. And some singing, some Christmas caroling.
So fun. Oh,
Super, super fun. If you love Christmas, I highly recommend the Christmas sailings. If Disney can get any more magical, it's at Christmas.
yes,
And I'm a
totally.
sucker for Halloween, but those Christmas sailings,
They're
I think, are way
so
better.
well done. I remember we did a Very Merrytime. We got to build our own gingerbread houses with one of the chefs, which was a blast because, of course, he's way better. I mean, he built a giant gingerbread house, and oh, it's just they do the details so well. But questions for you, we get all the time. Are the Halloween on the high seas cruises scary? And can
Absolutely not.
okay, so if I
Uh,
have little kids, I don't have to worry about them being scared by scary things jumping out at them. It's very
oh, no, 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 no. Um, there is nothing scary. Like if your kids were scared of, like, let's just say Jack Skellington and Sally, because sometimes they are on the cruises, you don't have to go. Like,
yeah,
it is you know, go at your own speed, your own pick your own activities. There's always things that you don't have to, that are available, but you don't have to do. I'm sorry if there's extra noise. My kids are getting water. But nothing is required and nothing is going to be jumping out at you.
Yes. And what about on the Christmas sailings? If you have somebody who maybe doesn't celebrate, or even I guess any of these sailings, if there's things that you don't want to participate in, is it easy to have a cruise where you don't see the holiday things? Will it kind of take away? Or
I don't want to say it's easy to not see the holiday things because the atrium is going to be decorated. Like if you walk into the atrium on any of the ships, you're going to see the tree. You're going to see the railing wrapped in lights and garlands. You're going to see the decorations on the portholes. But you don't have to participate in any of the holiday activities. But I don't want you to think that you won't see the theming.
Yes. And I know some people don't celebrate Christmas, and that's fine. They definitely do have other ways that they touch on other traditions, but the theming very much leans heavily towards Christmas.
Yes.
But they're very inclusive. And speaking of things that are inclusive, how are these theme sailings? I guess what overlap do they have compared to regular Disney cruises? Are there things that are going to be the same, whether you book a regular cruise or a theme cruise?
Yeah, mostly everything is going to be the same except for the special days of activity. If you want to participate in, Christmas trivia, you can. But they're still going to have the regular Disney Tunes trivia or adult 70s music trivia, the Family Time game show and Match Your Mate. They're still going to have all of those regular activities. They're just going to be holiday or special themed activities sprinkled in.
Yes.
The menus are the same. The characters some days are going to be in their specially themed outfits, and other times going to be in their regular sailor outfits.
Yes, totally agree. And you're still going to get the Broadway style shows. You're still going to be able to go on your excursions.
Yes.
Still the unlimited ice cream. Like none of those things change. It's and especially on the day at sea cruises, it's really concentrated into like one day, right?
Yes.
And there's a little bit more sprinkled throughout, but talk about your experience on Marvel Day at Sea, because that's one I have never been on.
So, like I said before, the Marvel Day at Sea was our favorite. I mean, take it with a grain of salt, but we are huge Marvel fans. But I think one of the things that really made that cruise stand out is the Marvel deck show at night was superb. It was hands down the best deck show I have ever seen Disney Cruise Line put on. And that is on any of the themes. And we had some friends with us and they also agreed that the Marvel deck show was incredible. I mean, we were just all like enthralled the whole time. It was fantastic. It truly was fantastic.
That's awesome. And is everything included with the Marvel Day at Sea, or do you have to book things ahead of time?
The only thing that we booked ahead of time were character meet and greets. We had a specific time for Spider-Man, a specific time we saw Groot and Gamora, I think, together. They were switching in and out. Maybe it was Star-Lord and Groot, and then the other option was Groot and Gamora, and they were just getting rotated out. And then Iron Man and Black Panther. Oh, wow. So they were two character activities, and we saw them. They were in the same room together. So we walked in, saw Iron Man, then went and saw Black Panther, and then we were out of there. The other one, we walked in and saw Groot and Star-Lord, and then Spider-Man, and that was it in that room.
Got it. Okay.
But there was no extra cost. It was just something that we had to pre-book.
Got it.
And then the other activities were tons of Marvel trivia. There were like Marvel type crafts. They had Marvel character meet and greets all day.
Wow.
Like on the ship. So many Marvel themed activities. But if you didn't want to do it, you didn't have to. Yeah. So we more focused on the characters. They had like Mickey and Minnie and Donald and Daisy and all of them dressed up as Avengers. So we got
Oh,
to
that's
Chippendales too.
cute.
That was our priority, seeing all the different Fab Five characters and their Marvel costumes, and then the Marvel characters as well.
Yeah.
They had special activities in the kids club that were Marvel themed, and they always have like Marvel themed activities in the kids club, but they had a lot more that day.
Okay.
And lots of people were in Marvel costumes. They
Oh,
had
that's
Marvel
cool.
movies playing all day in the theater and on the funnel vision, trivia, and Marvel animations and the Animation Academy.
Ooh.
It was super cool. One thing that my son did is they have like a Marvel field agent thing in the kids club, and that was really fun for them.
Oh my
And then
gosh.
just that, like I said, that Marvel Heroes Unite stage show was incredible. And they also, before that, they had like the Mickey and Minnie superhero celebration. So one was at like 7:30 and one was at like 10:15. The Mickey and Minnie's was at like 7:30. So it was the Fab Five doing their Avengers type deck show, and then the late night one was the actual Avengers
Oh, so
battle,
cool.
multi-universe or multiverse battle, and it was amazing.
Do you get multiple fireworks shows with the Marvel and then Pirate Night? And do they
Yeah,
have Pirate Night?
they did still have Pirate Night.
Awesome. And I know that people are so, and I hate that this is the case, but people are so stressed out about the check-in process these days. So when you're pre-booking these things, these meet and greet opportunities, are these things that open up when you can start booking your port adventures, or do these open up at the 30-day check-in mark?
So they're open. They were opening with your check-in.
Okay.
However, before COVID, they were opening with your onboard activities.
Got it.
And
it's changed.
Yeah, I've heard a little bit of rumors here and there that we're going to be going back to checking in because they took it back to tiered, but I've heard they're going to cooperate it with
your booking window.
Booking of your, like it used to be.
Yeah. Oh, that would be so good. I know.
But I don't want first timers to freak out about missing these character meet and greets because they do hold some back for first timers. Like they open some with each window. So the first timers still have a chance. And then also, if you don't get it, your first priority when you step on the ship is go to guest services.
Yeah.
They want everybody to be able to experience this as much as they can. And they hold some back for people on the ship too.
Yes.
And you can keep checking back. People cancel.
People cancel all the time. We did Pixar Day at Sea this past year, and we ended up getting to meet the Incredibles because some people just decided that they didn't want to go. They had other things they wanted to do on board. So don't be discouraged. In that same vein, don't think that your entire cruise is going to be ruined if you don't get one of these meet and greets. Because
the thing about these meet and greets is they actually have these characters. Sorry, there was like a fly. They actually have these characters around the ship at other times of the day. It's just you have to look at the Navigator app and wait in the line.
Yeah.
Versus having your scheduled time and still waiting in that line.
Yeah, I will say
some people will be like, oh, they might spot Captain America now this morning, see him, and then cancel their one later for the scheduled time.
Yes, we ended up waiting. It was probably 30-ish minutes, if not a little bit more, when we met Buzz and Jesse on the Pixar Day at Sea, because you're still waiting in the line with everyone else who signed up. And you can, I ran into Woody in the hallway. There's other opportunities to see these characters.
We waited. We didn't wait as long for Iron Man and Black Panther, but I know when we went and saw Star-Lord, Groot, and Spider-Man, we waited quite a while.
Wow. Yeah.
And we also had to miss half of our breakfast to go to the scheduled time.
Oh, wow. And how do these character interactions compare to the parks? Because I know a lot of time we get what's better, the cruise or the parks, but does Disney Cruise Line do a better job, or are characters more accessible on board compared to the parks, or is it the same?
I think in general, the characters are more accessible on the ship. I think the character interactions are better. A lot of times because the ship is smaller, you'll just see them, you'll catch them walking down the hallway. One thing I will say is that The scheduled meet and greets are about the same as if you would see them in the park.
Okay.
But there are a lot of Kodak moments, so to speak, when you're just passing them by, or sleepwalking Goofy by the coffee shop, or on the running deck. They pop into the kids club every now and again, things
Yeah.
like that. I personally think the Disney Cruise Line character experiences are much more like genuine.
Yeah. Oh,
And also, I love that you can see them in so many different outfits. On Castaway Day, they'll be in their beach gear. Pirate Night, they'll be on their pirate gear. If you have a themed sailing, they'll be in their Halloween costumes or their holiday attire. My daughter is saying hi. They'll be in their Pixar themed gear, or they'll just be in their regular sailor outfits. And that's, I like that you can see them in so many different outfits throughout the cruise. So there's always like a unique picture opportunity.
Yes, it's so
Another thing that I love is that when you're sailing, especially if your daughter wants to see the princesses 5 times, like every night they're out before dinner, if she wants to stop and see them every night before dinner, they will remember her.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good
My daughter
point.
is very much a character girl, and it doesn't matter how many times we've seen Mickey this cruise. If we walk by and Mickey's out, we're stopping to see him.
Oh, I love
or
that.
Rapunzel or whoever. And I do love that because a lot of times they will remember them, and then it makes the interaction that much more special.
It's so true. The characters on board, you get to kind of build relationships, and especially with some of these, I think they call them face characters when there's interactions that can go on. There's some playfulness, and it just adds to the magic.
It also feels less rushed than in the park. I love the princess characters. They'll always ask, like, how was your day? If they had, Rapunzel will be like, oh, Pascal's off eating ice cream.
Oh,
like they
so
genuinely
cute.
just want to talk to the kids, and my kids love that.
Yes. Oh, it makes it so much more magical.
One other thing I want to say while we're talking about characters is the princess gathering, the royal gathering, is also still an option on these themed cruises. So it is still a pre-booked activity to see the 3 to 5 princesses. A lot of times on the classic ships and the Dream Class ships, it's 3 princesses, but on the Wish we had 5.
Wow.
So that is pre-booked, that check-in as well. But it is still available during the themed cruises.
Got it. Okay. So you still have the princesses, you still have Pirate Night. Everything else is the same except for that extra layer of magic that goes along with the theme.
That's correct.
Love that. And what if I'm a first-time cruiser? If this is going to be my first cruise, should I do a Marvel or a Pixar or a Halloween themed cruise, or should I just do a regular one? Or does it matter?
I don't think it matters. I think every cruise offers something different, whether that be the itinerary, just trying new things on your next cruise, or a new theme.
Yeah.
Or a new ship. Every cruise can offer something different, and there's no possible way that you can do all the things, all the activities, all the entertainment in your first cruise. So there's always a reason to go back. Plus, everything's a little bit different on the different ships, different restaurants, different Broadway shows.
It's so true. I mean, we've both been on over 24 Disney cruises, and I can guarantee you that Hunter and I still have not done everything there is to do on board because there's just so much. It's so much.
And you can change up, even if you're going on the same itinerary, you can change up your experience by what you do on board or the excursions you do off the ship.
Yes, that's so true. And that's a great way to kind of customize it when you're planning your cruise or working with Hunter to plan your cruise, to say, okay, this is what we did last time, and we really liked A and B, but we didn't like X and Y. So Hunter, what would you recommend? Right? Because she's been on the ships, she's done a lot of excursions and helped so many clients plan their cruises. So it's a good way to kind of customize your vacation and fine tune it once you know some things that you like or maybe don't like about some other trips.
Yes, and every vacation's different. I vacation differently when I have my kids on the cruise versus if I'm just with my girlfriends or just with my husband or other agents on the cruise. Every cruise for me is different in that lens as well.
Yeah.
You're going to spend your time in different areas of the ship depending on who your travel party is.
Yes, that's such a good point. And somebody's asking, what about the royalty court at Christmas? Is that more special too? Do they do anything special for the holiday?
No,
Or
it's still just the standard like royal court tea on the Magic Wonder, Fantasy and Dream, and then it's Olaf's Picnic on the Wish.
got
Can't wait
it.
to see what they do for the treasure
I know.
for
These
that type of
experiences,
experience.
yeah, they are hot commodities for sure. And do you know, are cruises still available for Pixar and Marvel for next year, or have those sold out?
No, they are still available. It might be a slimmer picking on room types, but there is plenty of itineraries from January to March on both of those sailings still available. But I will say that Disney prices off supply and demand. So the sooner you book those, the better. If you send me an email tonight, we will get you a proposal tomorrow morning, first thing. And we are happy to get you booked on one of those because those planning windows will open before we know it as well for
Yeah.
booking those onboard activities and stuff.
And I will say, Disney cruises make great presents. So, you give the
Yes.
gift of Disney cruise at Christmas, and then you only have 2 more months until your Marvel or your Pixar cruise. And then let's talk a little bit about if these theme cruises are worth it. Are they more expensive than regular sailings? And if they are, is it worth the price difference?
I don't think they're more expensive. Like I said, they are from January to early March. So they are in one of Disney Cruise Line's lower seasons, anyways. So you're going to find that some of these theme cruises are going to be less expensive than summer cruises or Christmas cruises. Christmas cruises tend to be like the Very Merrytime, tend to be the most expensive, but it doesn't have to do with the theme. It has to do with the time of year you're traveling, but some of those are relatively inexpensive in early December as well. I think it has more to do with the time of year you're going than the theme of the cruise.
Yes, that's such
And
a good
I personally, to me, the theme isn't a make or break for me.
Yes.
It's the itinerary and the time of year, like what is convenient for me. If the cruise is themed, fantastic. If not, it's not going to make or break my decision.
I totally agree with you. On the last one that we did, we picked the cruise and it just so happened to be Pixar, and it was wonderful, and I'm so glad that we did it. But I would have done the same cruise
Yeah.
regardless because it worked with our schedule. So
Yeah, we're doing one in March for my 30th birthday, and it's Pixar as well, but we're doing it for the Eastern Caribbean itinerary because we love St. Thomas and Tortola. It just so happens that it's Pixar, but I wanted it over my birthday, so it is what it is. But I'm excited to do Pixar.
Yes. Oh, that's going to be such a good one. The theming on Pixar was so well done. I mean, they had like announcements throughout the ship from different Pixar characters. So it would be Russell doing it at one point, or I'm forgetting the name of the caterpillar in Bug's Life, but he would be doing it. I mean, it was so well done. At one point, they had the Green Army guys from Toy Story, like chasing down Mike Wazowski in the atrium with all the kids. It was a blast.
Did you happen to do the breakfast?
I did.
Tell me your thoughts.
So it was, you were sat kind of wherever they had an opening. You did have to book the breakfast ahead of time. It was included. But it was very quick paced. The characters would come out and kind of sing a song or two and dance around. It wasn't a meet and greet, but it was a more condensed space in the restaurant. So you didn't really have to share the characters all too much. I will say the banana bread French toast and breakfast burrito were delicious. I'm a sucker for any banana bread anything, but that banana bread French toast, oh, what dreams are made of. That so good. And the breakfast burrito was small, so I might get two, but oh my gosh, it was so good. And it was very quick. We ate very, very quickly because they were just kind of moving through. It wasn't your regular serving team. It was just whoever was available, but I would definitely do it again. It was a good time, and they made it fun.
I was just trying to decide if we're going to do it or not because it's just my husband and I. and a bunch of adult friends that are going. So I'm like, should we do the character breakfast?
Yeah, they had Woody, Jesse, and Bullseye out and about dancing with a couple other people accompanying on guitar, and it was really cute. But
All my clients have loved it and said it was fantastic, but I wanted the adult's perspective on it.
Yes. We did not travel with kids and we still had a good time. And like I said, it was a very quick experience. So we didn't feel like you weren't waiting in lines. They got you in right away. I would definitely recommend. But I totally agree. The cruise is going to be made from everything else on board. The themes are just kind of touches. So if you guys are interested in planning a theme cruise, whether it's holiday, whether it's Pixar, Marvel, or anything new that Disney comes out with as they continue to grow the fleet, reach out to Hunter. She is here to help answer any and all questions and help you plan your cruise at no cost to you. So like she said, if you want to reach out to her, that's the link and I'll put it in the comments as well. Reach out to her tonight and she can work on getting you all that information in your inbox come tomorrow. But Hunter, any last recommendations for people as they're thinking through theme cruises or maybe how to even choose from all these great ones that Disney has to offer?
I think my biggest thing I always tell clients is do what makes sense for you. When you can take the time off, what fits in your budget, what port you want to leave from. Don't focus on all the other details. You're going to have a great time regardless of the ship, regardless of the theme.
Yeah.
Just if you are set on a 4-night cruise, I can give you your 4-night cruise options. If you're set on 7 nights, like those are the most important times. Dates and length. And then we go from there.
Yes, do not override your life for a theme cruise because there will be touches of all of the themes on all of the cruises. But Hunter, thank you so much for your time. Thank you all for watching. If you guys have any questions, reach out to Hunter. That is the link to her page on the DCL community site. And we will see all of you on board real soon. Bye all.
Bye guys.